Welcome back. I guess I should introduce myself. I'm Speed at the bottom of the helix. We had some technical difficulties this morning, so we ended up sliding up all the clinics by one, and we will present Michelle Kempema's rail fan in Colorado next month. I believe it's March 25th, whatever the fourth Saturday is. Um, we have breakout rooms that will slide through the screen or show somewhere in YouTube and Facebook if you guys want to join there to ask Stephen some questions. But with me here, we have a gentleman that grew up fascinated with trains and has been involved with modeling on rail fanning them for most of his life. He's a proto freelance modeler, modeling the UP and BNSF and in his N-scale 12-foot by 17-foot layout. Also operations guy, so just hint twice and he might invite you. Today is here to help explain the NMRA Interchange and how to join in this fun feature that we've just added to the big association. So please welcome Cameron Lafleur.
All right, welcome everyone. I'm Cameron, member of the Northern Utah Division, and one of the moderators that helps out with the interchange. After seeing some members get really frustrated with trying to join and get into the interchange, I wanted to try and help alleviate some of that stress and, talked with Speed and made up this clinic to, kind of bring enjoyment to it instead of having to go through and be frustrated with it. Um, so hopefully by the end of this, we can get in the interchange without any issues, pain-free and quickly. And we're going to talk how some of the things work in Discord, which is what the interchange is part of, and some of the things that you can see once you're on board. Discord is an online communications platform that is used by many different groups of people. It was used to facilitate meetings, collaborate in gaming, or just a place for like minded people to gather. It was originally made for gamers that were playing online video games to talk and chat with each other and communicate and collaborate with the bigger raids or games that they were playing. However, it's since morphed and become another tool that many people and organizations are using to talk, chat, and collaborate together. Servers are created by individuals or groups, and then people are invited to join these servers either by other people that are in the server or with a special link. In our case with the NMRA, it's with a special link. Please note the NMRA has not created Discord and has only created the server that is inside it that you'll be joining. The NMRA has called our server the Interchange, and I'll be using that kind of interchangeably, Discord and the Interchange. What this means is that utilizing Discord, you have access to the entirety of the NMRA globally instead of just your local area or through the different groups that have made with Groups.io or Facebook and such like that. As Gordy said in his announcement, the Interchange will provide an online space for our members to collaborate, learn, exchange ideas and information, and much more. There's a few prerequisites, but they're not really hard or anything, and two of them go hand in hand together. You'll need to be a member of the NMRA and have access to your member number. If you don't have your card, you can get your number from logging into the website. And then you'll also need to have a device that's connected to the internet, either phone, computer, tablet, iPad, etc. When you log into the NMRA site and click on member information on the top of the page, you will then see member info. If you click on that and scroll down to the bottom, you'll see something that's a similar picture to the right of this slide. Something to note that some people have had issues with is the second number that is after your member number. There's a few different ways that we've seen it. Most common, you will have a 00. However, some people have 0A, 02, etc. You'll need to, make note of that and keep and remember that. And also, if you have a letter combination, please note that it's a 0 beforehand and not the letter O, as that will cause issues when trying to onboard or get into the interchange. As for the program itself, as you can see, there are a number of ways that you can use Discord. If you want, you can just have it in the browser like Google Chrome that I have shown here. And that works just fine. You can bookmark it and you don't need to install anything. But you will see this banner that's in green that says the functionality and performance will be better if you install the program onto your device. You don't need to do that, but it does open up a little bit easier with using it. Or, as you can see, you can install it on pretty much any of the major platforms. We did a lot of testing, or a lot of members have used pretty much every OS, and it's been working for them. There is one hiccup that we've run into, and it's nothing on our side that we can fix. It's something with the Silk browser or the web browser that is on Kindle devices. For whatever reason, you can't run commands, which is what we use for some automation, and it just won't work with that. However, you can go through the onboard process that we'll discuss on a computer, and once you're in it, I could do everything I needed to on a Kindle without any other issues. So basically, you'll just do the onboarding steps on another device, and then you'll be able to use the interchange on your Kindle. To get to the location that has our special link to get into the interchange, it's pretty easy to do that. You'll log into the NMRA site and click on benefits, and then right there the NMRA interchange is highlighted in yellow since I was over it, but you'll click on there and you'll know you're in the right place when you see this page that's here. It also has step-by-step instructions how to join into it in case you need a refresher. But when you scroll down to the very bottom, you'll see this little part that says interchange server invite, and the link will be there. There will be a link. I closed it out or edited out the full link, as this is a NMRA member benefit. And please remember that as such, the interchange is only for NMRA members. Anyone that you want to have join, point them towards the main page, have them sign in, go to the benefits, and also with that, they can get their NMRA number at the same time if they don't have it on hand. Once you've clicked on the link, you'll be sent to a page that looks like this. You can then enter a username, which will start the process of creating a Discord account. Or if you already have an account, you can just sign in and get started. Alternatively, if you've already downloaded and installed Discord, you'll actually see this pop up. And since I already had the program installed, I was greeted with this page. And once I hit join the interchange, it just, took me in there. The good thing is that between the web page and the program or app, there really isn't any difference. They look and act exactly the same as when you're on the desktop computer or if you're on a phone or a tablet. And if you have a mobile app installed, it's only slightly different. the way the interface is to allow the best presentation on a smaller mobile screen, and we'll show that a little later. Once you click join the NMRA interchange from the last slide, you'll be greeted with a similar looking page. The left side of this is the mobile version, and the right side is what you will see on the desktop or in a browser. There are four parts to Discord. On the far left, there where you can see some white circles, that is the interchange itself, or sorry, that the NMRA logo is the interchange itself. And then if you are members of any other Discord servers, the white circles will be the logos of that server. In later pictures, you'll just see the main Discord server area. And as it was easier for me to just cut off the circles instead of going in and putting them in every slide. So that will be, it'll be, and it makes the picture a little bigger. In the middle area where you can see, or the middle left, sorry, right under NMRA Interchange, these are the different channels or threads if you want to compare it to a message board to the interchange. It looks a little sparse at the moment, but that's just because we haven't onboarded and it will change shortly. The main portion is the current channel that you are in, and this is where you'll chat amongst other members, and you can also include pictures and videos if you want. In this case, we're in the lobby. This is where you will do all of the steps to get on board. Make sure if you are trying to do this, you are in that section where it says the lobby or channel, which is the lobby. And then lastly, on the right side, you have the members list of who can interact in that channel. There are a few channels such as different regions and divisions that not everybody will have access to. It's only the members that are in that region and division. And then you'll see that once you're in, you'll have a welcome message that is part of that automation, and it will give you instructions on how to get on board. So let's get to it, and we'll walk you through some of those instructions. Once you're in here, you are only halfway into the interchange. We've seen a few people that join in and then just think they're done, but there are some other steps, which is this onboarding process that need to take place in order to get fully in. And these steps are taken care of by the bot/automation. And this does this in order to get you into the correct region and divisions channel, like I was just saying. And it helps to speed up the process as well, instead of members of the moderator team or the admins having to go and double check and make sure you really are a member of the NMRA. And to start this process, we're going to use a command. If you type in the chat area, the /, you're going to see available commands. And the one that we're looking at for now is /onboard that you can see that I've typed in at the bottom. This also gives a small pop-up above the text box, and you'll either click on that. It's easier just to click on that, really, and then you'll go that way and do the following steps. Or if you want, you can also just type /ONB, just the first three letters of onboard, and you'll see the pop-up as well. Whichever works for you, or it doesn't really matter. And then when you click on that pop-up, you'll receive a prompt box that has an input to it. And this is where you'll put in your NMRA number, and kind of why we said just grab it from the site, because then you'll have it right there. The reason that Another reason is that we found some of the member cards do not have that second 2-digit number on them, and that is also required to be put in as well. And here at the bottom, where I have typed the /onboard, you can see right above that there's a few examples of what can be put into the box. Most of the time, it'll be just numbers, but there are a few that are life members, and you can have HLM or L on front of it as well. If you happen to mistype your number or give an incorrect number, you'll be greeted with this message that's in blue. At this point, double check and make sure you use the correct number. If you're off by even just one digit, you will continue to get this error. And unfortunately, the moderator team can't help you with this, as an admin is only available to see the member numbers, for sake of security. If you just put in your number and do not include the /onboard, you won't receive either of these. You'll just see numbers in the text, and you'll have to go in and include the onboard command. Normally, there is someone of the moderator team that is on and willing to help you out and point out the mistake that may be occurring and help give you assistance. There's a few other things that we've seen that can cause issues. Misspelling of the onboard command, not having a space between onboard and your member number, not including a / in front of onboard, or having a space between the / and onboard. Again, a moderator team will help you out if you get stuck, but the easiest way to resolve issues is to just type the /ONB, click on the pop-up for onboard, and then type in your number with the space and the 2 digits at the end. If you have put in the correct NMRA number, then you'll be greeted with this message, and it asks you to check your email for the clearance code. This is the second step to the onboarding process. There will be a message that only you will be able to see that has the email address that the clearance code was sent to. I've marked out my email address, but you'll be able to see yours, and you are the only one that will see this message. You can close it by hitting dismiss message as well. And once we're here, we'll need to head over to your email and grab the clearance code. This is what the email currently looks like in your inbox. There have been a few changes, and change always happens every now and then, but it will look very close or similar to it. It may end up in your spam folder, so if you don't see it within a few minutes, check there. And there'll also be a 6-digit number. In this case, it was 969539, and you will need that back in the interchange. The easiest way is, as it says, to copy that entire line from the / to the end of the number, and then you can just paste it into the interchange or Discord. If you copy and paste into the interchange, you'll see something that looks like the bigger picture on the right. If you hit enter, you should be in and good to go. If for some reason there is an error, you'll see a message like the one on the left. I apologize that it's smaller. I wasn't able to grab the error code on the desktop and had to use the error code I got from my phone when I was doing some testing. There is an error code at the end of the message that you see. That's just to help the moderators out and see what's going on and get you, in the right direction faster. Normally, any issues that we've seen is that the wrong number was inputted or the command didn't activate. We've seen some people try and use their NMRA number after clearance, but that won't work. We need the clearance code from your email. And if there is some kind of problem that happens, If you type out /clearance, you'll get the same sort of pop-up like on the onboard command, or you can abbreviate it and do /CLE. Either way, it does the same thing. And then just as with onboard, there are the same problems that can occur, not including the / spaces and places that they shouldn't be, just typing in numbers without the command taking place, or like I said, using your NMRA number. But, again, that won't work. If you are successful, you'll be greeted with the final text that ends with "Enjoy the interchange." You've now successfully joined in and can have some fun with us. You'll need to click on the rules at the top left and hit the thumbs up to agree to them. Once you're done with that, you can feel free to wander, check out some of the different channels that there are. You can also see that on the left side, there are many more channels that have been added, and that is because we have finished the onboard process. Please note, you will only need to do this process once. If you try to do it multiple times, you're going to get errors when you try and do the clearance, and you won't get anywhere. It'll add to frustration. So just remember, you only have to do it once. Few ways to tell that it has worked is your name will go from being white and will change to blue. And if you click on your avatar or your name, you will hopefully see your region and division that will be assigned to you as well. And once you are successful, head over to Introduce Yourself channel and then let us know a little bit about yourself. A lot of us don't know each other because it is worldwide at this point, and your introduction can be as long or as short as you'd like. Two things of importance is if you go in and click Leave Server, it's bright red. I'm not showing it because I don't want anybody to go and try and do it. You will need to go through the entire onboarding process again to get back into it. If you are done with being in the Interchange or Discord, just close the browser that you're in using, or if you've installed an app, just close that and have that be how you close Discord. Do not leave it or do not leave the server. It is just a headache waiting to happen. The second thing is there was a hiccup that some people may experience, and that's if you are using the same device as another family member that is wanting to sign up into the interchange. You will need to go in and log out, which to get that is you click on the gear that's in the bottom left by your name and scroll down and hit log out. And then the second person can go in and do the onboarding process. If you don't do this, the whoever was the first person to do it will still be signed in, and then they'll onboard with that username as well. So just take note that if you have multiple family members joining the interchange, that will happen. However, if you are just a single user, you don't need to log out, you don't need to leave. Again, just close Discord. That's what we recommend. And then the onboarding process is the same as it is with mobile devices. These are just screenshots from my phone. The same commands, you'll click and use the same commands, click on the same areas, and copy and paste the clearance code, and hopefully you'll get in without any issues. If you start typing /onboard, the onboard command will pop up. Same with clearance. If there's some issues with the copying pasting not working, you can do the /clear and you'll get the pop-up as well. You get the same greetings and messages if it's successful or if there's issues. And the only slight difference to mobile apps and the desktop version is how you access the side menus that have the channels and the usernames. If you swipe to the right on your screen, you'll get the channels menu like here. You can then click on the channel you want to go into, and it will go back to filling up the main screen after you've clicked on it. And then you just interact as you normally would. And if you want to see the users, you swipe to the left and then you get the user list. And again, you interact with it just as you would. So now that we are on board and are in the interchange, remember, here are the rules. Before you leave, again, make sure to click on the thumbs up icon. It's down at the bottom left where it has a blue surround to it because I've clicked on it. This lets us know that you've read and accepted them. The big thing is to remember to be kind. We're all volunteering and like trains in some aspect, so please be respectful. Also, if you seem to be getting frustrated, take a break, go run some trains, cool down, and then return. But now that we're done with this, let's go over some of the few different things that we can do in Discord and the interchange. The first is I want to talk about some of the things that are outside of the interchange itself that this can happen in any server that you want, or just with, the app or the site if you haven't logged into any server. And that starting we want to do with the friends and direct or private messaging. To get to this area in the upper left hand side of Discord, you can see a white game controller looking thing with a blue circle around it. If you click on that, you'll get an area that looks like this. And this is where people that you can add as friends, or the people that you have added are here. Just make sure that when you do click on that, you're in the friends area. Just below friends there on the left, you can see something that's Nitro. This is just for added benefits to Discord, not the NMRA interchange. It's not part of the NMRA. If you want to sign up for that, that is up to you. We're not going to force you to do it. You do not need to do it. However, if you're only using Discord for the interchange, I wouldn't bother with it and I would just ignore it. You may, if you're a first user, I think there's a few pop-ups that come up as well for it. Just close them out. You don't need to worry about it. And then how do you add friends themselves? The easiest way is to just right click on the name that is in the interchange. I'm using Kevin here as an example. And when you right click on his name, you'll see this secondary menu box, and just click on the profile button that's there. This will open up another area that shows the profile. Just click on send friend request, and that's as simple as that is. And then if anyone has sent you a request back in the friends tab, there is a pending area. You'll see a little notification there that something is pending. You click on that and that works. You can also click on somebody's name just in the normal chat and get to the menu as well. And then the next thing is some of the messages and some of the icons that you'll see in Discord. There's two ways that you can message people, either in this area, or you can right click on their names and click send message as well. As you can see, you'll have a page like this on the right, and I was talking with Heath, and any of the message that you'll have there are there. If you have messages that have been sent to you, the sender's image or their avatar will be just below the controller image and have a red circle on it with however many messages you have, like on the left. The next is talking about these icons that I've circled that will be at the top. First, you have a phone looking icon. This will actually let you call the person in Discord and have a voice chat between the two of you, as long as you both have speakers and microphones on whichever device you're using. The next is for video calling. If you have a webcam, it'll let you do a video chat. Next is for pinned messages. You probably won't be using that, so we'll skip it for now, but you can experiment with it on your own. Next is where you can add another person to the messaging and have a group message. However, you need to all be friends that are in the message. And then the right button will hide the profile information, as you can see here, and then it's just a big text instead of just having the side area with the profile of the person you're talking with. Then these two areas that I have circled, the search bar and the inbox, are on every page of Discord. You can search for topics, keywords, users, and there's a whole slew of other things that are there. There are too many to go over in just in this, but you can play around with it and experiment. Next of the search box is the inbox, and let's look at that a little closer. This is helpful as if you've been mentioned in a thread, you can click on here and get right to that message quickly. If you have messages, it shows up there as well. And instead of having to try and find where things are at, or where you've been talked to, this is a little easier. If you have been messaged in a thread, you'll see like the same kind of icon where here on the left, where there's a one with in the red circle, it will be over the NMRA logo instead. And then with anything that you've been mentioned in, you'll see it here as well. If you want to limit what is in your inbox, you can click on these slider button looking thing, and it'll let you specify what you want to be notified on. Another thing that I want to point out is threads. If you see an icon like this, you'll know that the channel has a thread in it. Most of the time, this is used to consolidate information and keep the channel clean, as you can see here. There's two ways that you can see that threads are in a channel. You can hover over the channel on a desktop and you'll see it there. Or if you click on the number sign with a little message box, you can see where the threads are there at the very top, and then click onto there. And then also, if you're on the desktop and you want to see the full thread instead of having it be limited to the left side that you can see here, you can click on the three buttons and click on there and do open in full view. If you are the creator of the thread, you have a few other options that you can see here. Also, if you don't want to be notified of what's going on in a thread, you can click mute thread or click on the little bell icon, and this works for any channel as well. If you click on that bell icon, you can then mute it and you won't get any notifications from that area. So just make sure you kind of look every now and then if it is something you're interested in, or you can just keep it muted and not worry about it. So now we've got some of the nitty gritty done of what Discord is and some of the things that are available with it. Let's look at some of the stuff that's in the interchange currently. First of all, right underneath the name of the interchange where it has NMRA Interchange, you'll see an events tab. And this is a kind of a pseudo channel, but it more just opens up a pop-up like you see here on the left. Some of the members are creating events for others to join into and talk and chat together. Some of them are specific to a local region, such as the NER Social Hour that I've got highlighted on the right. Only those that are part of the Northeastern region are going to see it and be able to participate. And that is why there's part of that onboarding process. Other events will be open to everybody, like NERX, that's on the bottom left. If you're interested in it, you can hit that interested button and it will let the organizer know some who may be joining, and you also get a notification when the time comes up. Let's see. Then there's the first channels you can interact with, which are the welcome and that kind of stuff. As we were saying earlier, um, the promote yourself is a good channel to start with, and talk. There's some announcements that are here that if there's something that needs to be global, you'll see that. And please note that there's going to be some further adjustments that could happen. And just because it looks one way here in this, it could be different when you join in. One of the most exciting things that I'm excited with the interchange is the ability to have hangout rooms, and it's we have 5 of them that are general. There's a few that are different in each region and a few other spots, but this is its own little Zoom or teleconference area. Along the bottom, there's a few buttons that we'll talk about quick. The first one is the camera. That will let you turn your camera on or off if you have a webcam. The arrow going down that's inside of it, you can click on that and choose which webcam if you have multiple. The rocket ship is something that's only in the desktop versions of the app at the moment, and that's activities. What I've used it for has been to watch YouTube videos with others and then been able to chat back and forth, with that, inside of those that are in the Hangout. Then you have screen sharing that will let you do your desktop screen and share it with those that are in the Hangout. Sometimes your computer may not be able to handle it and you'll be have to do a specific application. I was trying to use AnyRel at one point and show some of the work that I was doing on layout design, and I had to actually share the app instead of the screen because Discord just kept closing on it. The next button on there is the microphone. If you click on it, it mutes. If you click, it unmutes. Same thing with the drop down button. You can choose a different microphone if you have. You also can set it to be that mic goes active with voice activity, or if you have it, you can press to click by pressing a button on the keyboard. Sometimes this is good. Like with my laptop, the keys are noisy on the keyboard, and so I use press to talk to keep the sound of that from coming through. The next one is an emojis, just ignore it. And then lastly, and is probably one of the most important, is the hang up / leave button. When you finish with the call or meeting, make sure you click on that so you leave. If you don't, you'll still be in the room broadcasting, and people will be able to hear you if you have your mic on. So make sure you click on that to leave. You can open up a chat inside of this. Up at the top right, you can see a message icon. If you click on that, it opens up a chat. And also, there's the 3 buttons that are there that you can click, and it opens up this secondary menu of showing participants, non-video participants, and new message previews. This can be helpful if you uncheck the show non-video participants. It will only show you those that have cameras active, and you can then see those people that are just there as well. Um, and then here is a view that has more people in the Hangout. You can also, oh, I forgot about this one. You can click on the box that has like two other buttons below it. It almost looks like a mouse pad up at the top, right above where it has show non video participants. That will let you highlight whoever's speaking, and then that way you can just see them as big on the screen instead of a small box. And as I said, there are a lot of other places that you have it, such as your region and a few other spots. So there is a help area. If you need help, there's a few different ones. The first one here is for help on the interchange. If there's something that you're not sure on, you can post here. We'll help out and answer as best as we can. If you need specific NMRA help under the NMRA departments, it's here. And if you need help with the achievement program, it's there, that's under there as well. Then there is another subdivision of channels, and that is the NMRA worldwide community. Unlike some of the channels, everybody can see this. And as you can see, there's a bunch of areas. One of the cool places is the workbench. And I posted a few pictures of some stuff I was working on. And there's been a lot of other great content that has been posted. And another place that is pretty cool is the promote yourself and others. You can click in there and then post links to other videos or web links that you may think people are interested in. Then there's NMRA departments and conventions. In NMRA departments, there's a few other channels that are there. One is the NMRAX channel. Hopefully you know about that since you're watching this, but information on it will be posted in there. Then there is spots for conventions. This has changed a little bit as well and looks a little different, but there is a spot for region conventions and national conventions. And you can just poke in there and see what's going on. Another thing that you can do is if somebody posts a picture, you can click on it and make it bigger. I did that to get the Texas Express picture that's here. You can also open it up in a browser, and then it makes the picture even bigger. Um, as you can see here, there's a lot of special interest groups and just some basic information. I didn't grab I thought I'd grabbed a new page, but I guess I didn't add it in here. Um, that, oh, that's for another one. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. But as you can see, there's a lot of different ones that are here that you can go into and look. I know in like the Women of Model Railroading, Michelle posted some pictures from when they were at Amherst. And so, you can look in there. Some of the stuff, as I was saying, it could look bare, like this clinic page, but these are early screenshots and people have added to it and people are continuing to do so. So if you feel like you have information that you can add to them, please join and feel free to add that info as long as it's constructive and not demeaning to others. These two places I'm pretty excited about, and that is the achievement program and your local region and divisions channels. Mainly because I'm starting with the achievement program and there's a lot of information that's already in there that's split up for the different, achievements that are there. And then it kind of helps to unravel that mystery a little bit. Of course, your AP chair is always the best person to talk to, but this is another availability that you can click in and get some feedback that you may have, and just have another set of eyes that's looking at it. And then you also have your region and divisions, and as part of onboarding you'll be assigned to those. And some people have already been posting in there, some are more active than others, but as you can see here, a member of my division was posting stuff about one of their modules that they've been working on. And you, once you join in, will have access to these channels as well for your regions. And then we have some of the general interest groups. And like here, there's some pictures of people that were doing some operating sessions and added here, that stuff. Or this kind of shows a good way, another way threads are used, of the tracks channel, which is the teaching resources and curriculum for kids in STEAM. And Michelle made one for the pizza box layouts that are going on there. And so content was posted there as well. And then this was what I got confused on, is the prototypes area. We've changed this and used a little bit of a different option, which is a forums. And you can click in there and see all of the different railroads that are available. And if you click on the three dots, or if you click on one of the railroads, it opens up just like a thread, and you can do the three dots to open up a side menu for following the post, opening it up in a full view, just like a normal thread you can. And if you pin the post, you'll see it like this picture showing them below the prototypes. Um, Another forum thread area is the podcast and vlog groups, and it's been subdivided up with, just like you can see here. Down at the very bottom, there is, of the channels, is the My Modeling area, and this is where people have channels done up for their layouts and some of their modeling. Some people, like James did with the Silicon Valley lines, did a club layout. And then there was also another edition at the very bottom of a celebration in life area for those that have passed on, and then we can share the memories about them there. And there's two things that I want to wrap up with real quick. And the first is the helpful organization change that was done since we first had the interchange going. And that is adding icons next to the channel names so you know what is there. You can click on the grouping where that, so like in this case, the NMRA departments, you can click on that and it will shorten it up and it looks a lot cleaner, like you can see here. The second thing is about the app itself. If you just install it and let it go, whenever you turn your computer on, Discord will launch. If that is distracting or you don't want that to happen, if you go into settings and then go down to Windows settings or whichever system you have, flip the open Discord switch, and then Discord will remain closed until you open it. Again, some of the slides that I shared may have looked bare or didn't have much into it. The two reasons are, I wanted to just give a little bit of tease of what was there, and then again, you know, let people come in and add what they know. And these were very early screenshots, and stuff is still being added to as we speak. And, it is being added, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And then in closing, there is a question that has come up pretty frequently, and that is why this long process to get in? There's a few reasons. The biggest one is that the automated process, it was built for that, and it makes it and has functioned that way for the most part without any hiccups. Most members have been able to join and get assigned into their proper division and region without any problems. However, here is a list of moderators that you can reach out to and ask for help if you need it. There normally is at least one moderator on at any given time that can help out, but also know that this is another tool that, just added to the toolbox to bring us together as model railroaders and share our expertise, experiences, and really just the fun of model railroading, and to help bring everybody together since it is a possibility now. So make sure to sign up, have fellow members sign up as well, and hopefully we'll see everybody in the interchange.
You
There
have
we
time
go.
for one or two questions?
Sure.
Someone asked, why should I join the NMRA to get to the interchange? Or why should I get to the interchange and therefore need to join the NMRA?
Really, the big thing is the access to the worldwide community that we have. Um, it is adding to part of that benefits that, it for me, it does help balance that out and makes it a little more worthwhile to be an NMRA member. And really, like with the achievement program, where I do want to work on that and get to MMR status, it does allow me to talk with others that have either received those achievements already or with other MMRs and get feedback and know and see, okay, I need to change this around a little bit to make it fully meet the criteria, or, oh yeah, I'm on the right track to achieve that.
Cool. And then the last one is a little bit more technical. Someone asked if he or she could join more than one region or more than one division.
That's more of you question, not me. I I've seen it happen. We just need to do. You'll message Speed on there, and he'll do some back end work and get you added to him.
Okay, so the main thing here is that you need to get the region or the division's permission that they would like you to be in their channel. And from there on, once they tell me, it's a few clicks and you're it. So nothing fancy there. If you do leave the server and you have to do the onboard process again, then we're going to put you through the same ask for permission thing again, because the bot only looks up your division or region as assigned by the NMRA, which, by the way, is determined by your zip code if you live in the States, or postal code in Canada, Australia, and the British regions have their own rules on how to do that. So you only belong to one division or region. Doesn't matter that you can attend other regions and divisions, conventions and meetings. That's all agreed amongst us that you're welcome anywhere. But for official paperwork, you have a zip code that determines those, and that's what the robot uses to to assign you. Oops, what happened there? Cool. So, Cameron, would you be willing to go to the breakout room
Yep.
to take some questions there? And thank you very much. I believe Gordy and hopefully Riley will be here in the next clinic. And Martin is also hinting that they might be the Sipping and Switching Society layout set up somewhere in the Carolinas, and that we might live stream some of that after the Gordy and Riley clinic. So thank you very much. See you soon.
See ya.